Hey, how's it going? I'm just going to show you how to play Dead for Days by Owen. Just before we jump into it, I'll let you know you can support me at Patreon. There's a link below and a video explaining what all that is. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I've also got a Spotify playlist that has got all the songs I've made tutorials for on it, so you can have a listen through that and see if you want to learn anything. Also, if you could like and subscribe, that would be great. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's jump into the lesson. So I've had a few people request this song. I've done a bit of Owen and American football before, and this one's a really fun, cool tune as well. Pretty tricky finger picking stuff, but really worth it in the end and nice to play along with. Alright, so we're just got the one guitar part, finger picking like I said, and we need to tune differently. So your bottom three strings are the same, E, A, D, but then your third string, which is generally the G string, goes down to an F sharp, the B goes down to an A, and your high E string goes down to a D, and then we're capoing on the first fret. So that's what your guitar should sound like. Alright, so we've just got a verse, chorus, bridge, and the outro. I'll go through section by section, give you an example of each part that we're going to learn, and then I'll teach it to you. Alright, so we'll start with the verse. It goes like this. So this just gets repeated quite a lot. Okay, so the first chord shape that we hold down, we kind of want to flatten our first finger over the bottom three strings in the 5th fret, and then put our pinky on the 7th fret. This is relative to the capo, of course. So you're holding down this, and then the picking pattern for this is you're starting on the 5th string, so you go 5, 4, 3, and then left hand's just staying still the whole time while we do this finger picking. And then we've got string 6, 2, 4, 3. So you put these two bits together, and you do it again. So that's chord 1. Then for chord 2, we're kind of going to take our pinky off and then hammer down. We're going to sort of lightly strum the bottom 2 strings and then hammer onto the 7th fret from the capo on the 6th string. And then again, we've got pretty much the same picking pattern. But the chord changes, of course, there. So yeah, so you're only holding down 7 on the 6th string and 5 on the 5th and 4th strings, but you're kind of keeping that bar down across the bottom 3 strings in the 5th fret. So you've got that's chord 2, and then chord 3, you're keeping that there, and we're just going to hammer down our pinky onto the 7th fret on the 5th string now. So now we're effectively holding down 7 on the 6th and 5th strings and 5 on the 4th string. And again, pretty much the same picking pattern. So you kind of do that hammer on, and then string 4, 3, and then 6, 2, 4, 3. But this time, sort of the second time we do this chord, we just hit the open 1st string instead of the open 2nd string. So you go. So that's chord 3. And then chord 4 is the same as chord 2. We just take our pinky off. So we're holding 7 on the 6th string and 5th fret on the 5th and 4th strings. And same picking pattern as before, except this time, like the 3rd chord, we're putting in that open 1st string. So we go. Just like that, and then repeating back to the top. So this is the verse, and these 4 chords just keep repeating over and over again. Alright, so then we're onto the chorus. And the chorus has got 3 sort of chord shapes or positions that we're in. The first 2 we've pretty much already played, and it's just the last chord in this section that we need to learn. So I'll play through it, and it goes like this. So this is the chorus. So yeah, chord 1 for this is first chord of the verse. Exactly the same picking pattern, except we don't do it twice, we just do it sort of once through. And then we skip straight to chord 2. Sorry, chord 3 from the verse we're skipping to. And again, same picking pattern as before. So we're sort of hammering those ones on, those bottom 2 strings, onto the 7th fret. So hammer them on, then string 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. And then for this sort of new chord to learn for this section, we're moving down to 3rd fret from the capo on the 6th string, and then easiest to put your pinky on the 4th fret from the capo on the 3rd string, 5th fret, sorry. So we're going to go 6th string, 5th fret on the 3rd string, open 2nd, then go. So now we're putting our 3rd finger down on the 4th fret from the capo on the 2nd string, and just going string 6, 3, 2, 1. So you've got that open 1st string on the top. So the first 2 bits. Then we're going to take that 3rd finger off, so we're still holding 3rd fret on the 6th string and 5th fret on the 3rd string. But now we're plucking strings 6, 4, 3, 2. And then for the last little bit, pick string number 6, 3rd fret, and we just move that pinky, or you can even use your 3rd finger for this bit, onto the 5th fret on the 4th string. So you go. So it's 3 on the 6th string, 5 on the 4th, and then open 3rd string. So all these parts together for this last chord. And yeah, you just repeat these for the duration of the chorus. Alright, then we've got the bridge that happens sort of midway through the track, because the outro is quite long. Yeah, the bridge goes like this. So first chord of the bridge is exactly the same as the first chord of the chorus and the verse that we've learnt. So yeah, holding down 5th fret on the bottom 3 strings, pinky out on the 7th fret, and again picking pattern exactly the same as the verse. So we do that, what we've already learnt. Then we sort of slide up to this this shape. So 9th fret from the capo on the 5th string, and then we're going to flatten our first finger across the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings in the 7th fret from the capo, and we're going to go. Same picking pattern, so we're going string 5, 4, 3, and then 5, 2, 4, 3. So that's the second chord. Then the third chord, so 7th fret from the capo. So we're going to hold down string 6, 4 and 3. We're going to go 6, 4, 3, 6, 1, 4, 3 for the first half. So you get that. And then for the second half, we take our third finger off. So we're now only fretting 7th fret on the 6th and 3rd string, exposing that 4th string to being open. So we pluck string 6, 4, 3, and then, which is 7 on the 6th string, 5 on the 4th, back to 7 on the 6th, and then open 3rd string. So this chord sounds like that. And then the last chord is exactly the same as the last chord in the chorus, identical. So we've already learnt that, so I won't talk through that. But yeah, so that's the 4th chord. And yeah, I think these repeat a couple of times for the verse. The bridge. But yeah, that's the bridge section there. Yeah, so now the only other part to learn is the outro. And this one took me a little while to get my head and fingers around because it's the finger picking pattern changes, and yeah, it's just a bit of a throws you for a loop. But it goes like this. The first, I'll teach you in like 2 sections. And the first section goes like this. Right, so it sort of sits on this little pattern, just going between these two chords here. All right, so we're going to be sort of holding string 5 on the 10th fret and string 2 on the 12th fret. And the picking pattern is string 2, 1, 3, 5. And then we go string 1, 2, 3, 5. But when we do this one, we put our pinky on the 12th fret on the first string. And we just go between these two. So you sit on that. But sort of like the last note of this pattern is sort of the first note of the next chord. So you do. You hit 12th fret on the 6th string, and we do the exact same picking pattern, except instead of hitting the 5th string, we're now hitting the 6th string. So we go. And same thing happens here. So we play it sort of 3 times through, and then the very last time, the 4th time, the last note is the first note of the next sort of chord, if you know what I mean. So we're just jumping between these two. So 10th fret on the 5th string and 12th fret on the 6th string with the same picking pattern on the top 3 strings. So it sits on that for quite a while, and it's a really lovely little thing you can sort of sit on all day once you get it down. But the sort of bass note moves around a bit. The top 3 string, or the notes on the top 3 strings, pretty much stay the same throughout the whole thing. It's just the bass note that moves around. So yeah, once you play that first bit, this next bit sort of comes in. So those first two chords are exactly the same as what I just showed you. But yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, like I said, just moving the bass note around. So it sort of goes to the 10th fret from the capo on the 6th fret, with keeping that. So the picking pattern on the top 3 strings is the same. 10th fret, then 9th fret, open 5th string, and then back to the first chord of the first bit. So 10th fret from the capo on the 5th string. Second chord, then the variations. Yeah, probably easiest if you just read the tab above there rather than me trying to fumble my way through an explanation of that. But yeah, that's the outro. There might be some other stuff that happens in there, but that seems to be the bulk of it. But yeah, and that's all the parts for this song. Thank you to the several people who requested that song and yeah, made me knuckle down and figure that one out. Really fun tune once you get it down pat. Pretty tricky, obviously, but yeah, really fun. So yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks so much to everyone who requested that tune. Really fun one to figure out, and yeah, made me knuckle down and learn it, which was really good. But yeah, like I said at the top of the video, you can support me at Patreon. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you can check out that Spotify playlist I made, which has got all the tunes I've made tutorials for on it, so you can have a listen through that and see if you want to learn anything. But yeah, that's it for this one. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.